Hey y'all, welcome. It's your girl T Speaks, and your girl is back with another live. This live is gonna be a story time. I know y'all love my story times. Let me get my lighting right. I know y'all love my story times, so I figured since I wasn't able to get a video up to you guys yesterday because my MacBook was acting slow. I said I would go ahead and I would go live and I would do a quick story time with y'all. So I went through my list. I have list of different story times, not story times, video ideas in my little book here, my handy dandy notebook. So I went through it and I was like, oh yeah, I did plan to talk to you guys about that one. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna give it about another minute or so we can get everybody in if they want to get in. If not, y'all gonna be in the replay game. Y'all could just run it up from there because I'm sure you're gonna enjoy this, and I'm sure once you notice your girl is live, you'll jump right on in. So we're gonna give it a couple more minutes and we'll jump right on into this story time. This is gonna be a good one, so it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. I forgot all about this story and it just popped in my head like, ooh, talk to the people about this story time. Y'all, I don't mind how I look today. It's Monday, okay? It's Monday. I got a lot going on, a lot of things that I'm handling. It's not a bad day. It's just a Monday, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start. We're about at the 2-minute mark, so let's go ahead and start. Let's get this over with, okay? So let's talk about the time your girl showed out at work. So this is gonna be a story time about the day I flipped out at work. I flipped out at a previous job that I had. I used to work there about, I wanna say about 10 years ago. I think it was 2010. So if you don't know already, I worked in a private law firm. I think it was 2010. I want to say it was 2010. So 2010, long story short, I worked at a law firm I started off as a receptionist. I worked there concurrently to the time that I was finishing my job, working at Starbucks. So yeah, I did both of those, ended up quitting Starbucks, continued to work there for about 3-4 years. And then, yeah, I worked at the law firm, receptionist, and then I went on to be like a legal assistant, paralegal for the firm. So I worked there doing my little legal work, that's my background, my education background. I've been doing it forever. That's my passion. So that's the law. Now, where do I start? Okay, so I was working with this one attorney that I worked under. I worked solely under him, and I was the only person that was in the department at the time. So we worked with a whole other different department. I won't go into the details because I don't really want to give y'all too much, but I'm gonna give y'all enough. So we worked together. We were really cool, really cool, real down to earth attorney. Actually, so when he decided he wanted to leave to go to work at another firm, y'all, this is how cool we were. First of all, let me go back up. We were so cool. I can say this now because I'm right there. We were so cool. Homeboy took me to the gun range for the first time. My birthday was coming up, and like I said, we were real cool. Nothing inappropriate. Get your mind out the gutter. We were real cool, and he was like, "Oh, you never been to the gun range? Okay, cool. So let's schedule some time on this date and this time, and we're gonna leave the office and we're gonna go to the gun range because I go all the time." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So we were at the gun range with our business attire on, shooting. Gun range, yeah. That's what I'll know. Anyway, so when he decided he wanted to go to another firm, he actually wanted to bring me with him. That's how cool we were. So he offered me a position. He'd already talked to the firm about me, and they was ready to offer me a position. They had my salary and everything, and I just did not leave. And I don't know if I'll say I regret it, because I don't think I regret it. I was so loyal to the firm that I was already at, like the firm that we were at, that I just didn't want to, I don't know. But I'm glad I didn't. That's a whole nother story time from the day. I'm glad I did not, because he had some stuff going on that had nothing to do with me, and I'm glad I wasn't associated. There's a lawsuit. Anyway, yeah. So I turned down, offered me the position several times, and I turned him down, and he eventually was like, okay, well, cool. I'm going to go head over to this firm. Let me know. let me know if you want to come here. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, bye. I'm loyal to the job already. This was like my first like office, not office, like my second office job, but this one I had the longest. So I kind of consider it first, but not really. Like my serious job, full time. Um, so, okay, so yeah, so he left, and then they immediately hired a new attorney. Of course, he put his 2 or 3 weeks in, whatever. So we did our preparations to transition over to a new attorney, because the owner or the leading attorney of the firm had, you know, did his interview, and he'd hired somebody else to start the day after the other guy left. So we're gonna name this guy Red. The new attorney's name's Red. Okay, Red. Red. Why did I call him Red? Red was. Let me describe y'all how Red looked. Red was goofy. He was the most goofiest looking attorney you ever meet. He had this crazy red hair. It stuck up like, remember Doug? Yeah, Doug had like hair just like sticking straight up, like just stringy hair, just sticking. Yeah, his hair was like that, and it was red. And of course, like he's a redhead. So he was about probably my height, 5'11". He had a big old butt, like a big diaper butt. I don't know where he got this from, how it came to pass, but he had this big, huge diaper butt, and it was just like weird to see this guy, this tall, fairly tall guy. Well, he wasn't that tall to me, but he was fairly tall with this red, stringy hair in the back, big old butt, and he walked kind of like a duck. He's very goofy, so he had like his two front, I think these called incisors, whatever. 2 front teeth were huge, and they were like chiclets, like big old chiclets that sat in the front. So he was goofy looking. He had this really, he was Caucasian, he had this real pale skin, like no type of sun has seen his body ever. Okay. So he was just this goofy looking guy, and he had one of those voices. I don't know if y'all remember that song back in, like, I think it was the 80s, and it was the guy singing like, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. And I don't know if anybody remembers, but like his voice didn't match the way he looked. So like when the music video came out, they were like, this little wimpy goofball kid has a voice like that, because his voice was like just really deep, really heavy, like he was a big guy and he really wasn't. That was this guy. He wasn't like a big sturdy guy, you know what I'm saying? But he was definitely goofy looking, and his voice didn't really match his face. His voice sounded like he was really serious, and he looked like something from Looney Tunes. Yeah, so that's Red. So Red and I worked together, you know, and I'm one of those people that, like, when I know I'm going to be working with somebody, I try to make sure I build that working relationship, so that, because, you know, we're at work more than we're at home. So I like my work environment to stay, you know, good, if that makes sense. I don't want no problems. Because coming to work, when you don't like the people there, it can be HE double hockey sticks, if you know what I mean. So I would never, you know, make anybody feel weird or anything like that. So we had the working relationship. So I tried my best, but his energy just always was off to me. And he was also a military man, ex-military man. It's important for the story. So he was an ex-military guy. So that was his excuse for a lot of things, because I'm a military guy. So anyway, for this firm, I worked there for so long. I would have like of course, my main job, what I was hired to do. And being that I had been there for so long, and it was a small firm, like it was maybe 2 attorneys at the time, 2 or 3 3 attorneys at the time, and like a staff of maybe less than 10. So we would multi cross-train, multitask. So the holiday season was coming up, and we typically every year we would do, my boss would buy other law firms and other, like, his colleagues per se, he would buy them like these little Christmas basket gifts. Sometimes they'll have like cookies in them, and they'll be like tiered up, maybe 4 or 5 boxes of tiered up with cookies, or just little snacks, you know, just the happy holidays from our office to yours type deal. And what my role was he chose me to do it, to go out and drive out for like maybe 2 or 3 days to give me this long list of attorneys and offices that I would drop it off to. Okay, cool. I get out of the office, I can ride around. Sounds good to me. So like a little delivery. So I would go out and deliver these boxes to everybody. And So I did it for maybe 2 or 3 years before this attorney, Red, started working there. So mind you, I was working under Red as his, assistant or whatever, his legal assistant. And so I explained to Red, hey, this is, what I'm gonna go do before I leave. Here, everything's done. I'm just like, I'm like that when it comes to my positions, wherever I work, but specifically that day, everything was done. He had some hearings the next day. Everything was printed out. His photos were ready. Everything was done. Everything was confirmed with the other law firms. Like, everything was done. I was on top of it because I don't play by my job, okay? So I let him know that. He had my phone number for whatever reason. I don't know. He had my phone. I gave him my number, I guess, because we can communicate. Now, before we get into that specific day, Red and I had a rocky relationship because Red was one of those people who would talk to you crazy. First of all, you're not my boss. And I've had to tell them that several times, like, you chill, you're not my boss. So I would draft documents all the time, pleadings and motions and stuff for him, to be filed with, the courts or whatever. And this fool would get mad. He'd take a red pen, write all over it. This is wrong. This is wrong. I don't want this like this, making his face. I don't want this like this. This isn't right. This isn't how things are supposed to go. Blah, blah, blah. And baby, I'm not the one. You respect me, I respect you. I give you the same energy you give me. So whenever he would do that, I would be like, I don't know what your problem is. Like, you need to chill. It is not that serious. Mind you, these documents, I've been doing these documents for years, the same exact way. I guess just wasn't to his satisfaction at this time. So, like I said, he would get mad and just start, what is wrong with you? Are you okay? Sometimes I would wear my headphones when I'm working because we were allowed to. And this fool would come up to me one day he came to me, he was like, I've been calling you for 10 minutes and you didn't answer the phone. Mind you, his office was directly across from mine. He could have got his big raggedy self up and, hey, Tiara, or send me an email, anything. He could even call me on the phone, on the office phone. He comes, I've been calling you for 10 minutes and you're not answering. Excuse me, who are you talking to? Am I your child? I couldn't be your child because I'm too old to be your child. You need to watch how you're talking to me. And I would tell him just directly like that because I was a lot younger then. This was 10 years ago. I was like 20, my early 20s. So I was really on that. I wasn't a parent then. I had stuff to lose, but I just didn't. Who are you talking to? You better find somebody to play with. Okay, that was me. But I was still professional about it because I was at work. So I just checked him professionally. So that was kind of our past. And then we ended up hiring two other guys that ended up working in my department. Because remember, I was the only person working at that department at that time. And he would be really nasty to them, start screaming and yelling and throwing stuff and scribbling, on their work that they've done and ripping stuff. This is wrong. I don't like this. And throw it. Who the heck are you? Who do you think you are? They wouldn't say anything to him. I remember one guy, he literally was in tears. I can see tears in his eyes. He didn't want to let him out, but he had tears in his eyes. And that's just not okay with me. I didn't say anything. I didn't get into it, but it's not okay with me. He was just that type of person. And his excuse was always, I'm from the military and this is how, this is how I talk. It's not personal. I don't care. We're not in the military. You're not in the military right now, and I'm not in the military, and I'm not your child. Find somebody to play with. So it was very rocky. We did not have any type of connection. I was not a fan of him. I used to get him together often, but professionally, right? And so back to this specific day when I was scheduled to do the deliveries for the office. So I went out early that day. It had to be about 10 o'clock. And like I said, I had a list, maybe 20, 30, 40 different people that, my boss would network with, and he wanted to send them. And some of them I had been to before because, like I said, I'd been there prior years before and, dropped off these little gifts, little mementos. So this specific day, I went to go do the deliveries. Now, mind you, keep in mind, I had a second job at the time, a holiday job. I was working at Coach in the mall. Because my day job wasn't paying me nothing. So I had got a holiday position. And I just worked it at night on the weekends when I wasn't working in a law firm. Just keep that in mind. So I was working 2 jobs. Because the job I was at wasn't paying me nothing. Squat, diddly, Nathaniel, okay? So So I'm already stretched thin. So anyway, so I'm doing my deliveries. I'm out doing my deliveries. I told him before I left, hey, everything's here on my desk. All you gotta do is pick it up and take it with you. Your folders, your pleadings, everything's for your hearing, everything's done. Everything's confirmed and done. It's updated in the computer system. It's all physically here. Time to go, take it with you and go. That's exactly what I said. I like to keep open communication, okay? Because it's my job, right? Okay, I've been doing this job for like 3 years at this point, so I'm pretty sure I know how to do it. So I'm doing the, doing the delivery, and about, I want to say about 4 o'clock, 4:30 rolls around and my phone rings, and it's coming from a number I don't have saved in my phone. So that was red flag number 1, because baby, I don't answer phone numbers that I don't know. I don't care. If it's an emergency, you better send a text. You better call and leave a voicemail, and then I'll call back. Because I don't have time for foolishness. The block calls, people call with I don't have time for that. I didn't then, and I don't now. So the number calls, they call, I don't answer. I'm driving on top of that, looking for with the address, looking for, where I'm trying to be. They call once, they don't answer. They don't leave a voicemail. They call again. I don't answer. It's my phone. I pay the phone bill. I barely pay it, but I pay it, and it's mine, and it's in my name. So anyway, keep calling. So I finally answer, hello? Because I got an attitude at this point, because why you calling my phone this many times? I don't know you like that. What's the problem? People who know me know not to keep calling like that. If it's an emergency, you can call me. Leave me a voicemail, leave me a text. If it's a dying matter, call on the Lord. Call 911. Don't call me. Call me afterwards, because I can't do nothing for you. Anyway, so I remember it to this day. So I'm driving around a roundabout, and I'm still young, fairly young driver. Fairly young driver at that point. I was under 25. So I'm still learning how to maneuver through the, little roundabout. I can be honest, I was still learning, okay? I wasn't used to doing roundabouts. I was still learning. So I'm doing the roundabout and I'm answering the phone. Y'all can tell I'm answering the phone like this. It's a cell phone. Yeah. So I answer the phone. Hello? Yeah, hello. Because it's still like work time. So again, this couldn't be somebody who knows me, because they know I work until 5. And on top of that, I have a night job. So why are you calling me in the middle of the day? Okay. So I answer, and he's like, where are you? Who? You talking to me? You must be talking to your wife. I think you dialed the wrong number. You might want to hang up. That's what I'm thinking in my head. Where are you? You've been gone all day. I have hearings tomorrow. Nothing's prepared. Nothing's confirmed. You've just been gone all day. I don't know what you're doing. I don't remember the words verbatim, but I'm sure I said, first of all, who are you talking to? I don't know why you called my phone screaming. That's number 1. Number 2, my boss, your boss, same boss? Yeah. He is the one who told me to come out and do this. I told you before I left that I was going to go do these deliveries. Additionally, everything you need is already on your desk. So what are you calling for? Did you check on my desk? Did you check? I didn't check. You didn't say anything. You just left and you didn't say anything. What? So I remember I was like, I'm on my way. Mind you, I'm still going through this roundabout, trying to figure. I think I wrote the roundabout like twice and didn't get off because I was trying to figure out who the heck he was talking to. Because you really got me messed up. You see my eye? That's my serious eye. You got me messed up. So yeah. So as I'm doing this going through this roundabout, I finally decide. Mind you, I don't know where I'm at. I have no idea where I'm at. I have no clue. I'm just somewhere. Okay. Because I'm trying to look at the GPS. I'm trying to get off the phone with this moron. I'm trying to figure out this roundabout. Baby, I am through. It's 4:30. I've been doing this all day. So I remember just turning out the roundabout just to whatever opening I could find. Because at that moment, I'm pissed. I'm furious. Because my parents don't even talk to me like that. And I'm grown. Okay? So that just turned out, and I turned out in front of this car, this truck, and they swerved to miss me. And then lo and behold, of course, it was a police officer somewhere in the vicinity that saw the whole thing and pulled me over. Yeah. So I'm like, oh my goodness, what's the problem now? Now, mind you, I'm still hyped. I'm still upset because this fool who don't know who he talking to. So I pull over, of course, and I'm just sitting there and like my heart beat fast because I'm like, oh Lord, the police definitely saw what I just did. Let me think of something. Let me think of something. Let me think of something. So he pulls me over. Ma'am, what's going on? I saw you pull out in front of this car and you didn't signal and da da da. And of course, only a fool would be like, well, you mother. No. Oh, officer, I do apologize. I am so sorry. You know, what did I tell him? Oh, I said, you know, I'm so sorry. I was going a little bit too fast on the roundabout, and my brakes, you know, aren't working that great. You know, I'm a college student. I'm a young college student. I'm just trying to get my money together so that I can, you know, for overtime for work, so I can get, you know, the money to get me some brakes. You can look at my tires. You see my tires? Yeah, they got brake dust all over. Yeah, that's because I know I need, you know, brakes. I'm almost there. You know, I'm almost there. I'm just, you know, working really hard, and I'm just, you know, really trying to. So, with the pretty face and the charm, it worked. So he was like, ma'am, I'm gonna give you a warning this time. You know, go ahead, make sure you're safe, and you know, have a good day. Get those brakes fixed. Get those tail lights fixed. Bridesmaids, if you've seen the movie, you know. Anyway, so at that point, okay, I'm like, okay, all right, cool, bet. He let me go. Now let me get on Red's behind, because Red got me messed up. Now, mind you, it's like 4:30. It's like a Friday. I remember it being a Friday. It was a Friday for sure. Because I remember it was like 5 o'clock traffic. And it took me like a 15-minute drive that it should have been. It took me like 30 minutes to get back to the office. Because mind you, I have to get back to the office to get Red straight. And I have to go to my second job because I have to work. You know, I worked on, like I said, the weekends and nights when I didn't have to work at the day job. So, baby, I'm pissed. I'm even more pissed at this point. Because, baby, I didn't set an extra 15 minutes traffic. I'm pissed. I'm angry. I'm foaming at the mouth. I am furious. Because who are you talking to? This is built up over time. This isn't the first time you talk crazy. It's the second, third, fourth, fifth. No, you've done this a lot. You've been disrespectful. You've ripped papers up in my face. You've scribbled. You know, my mom's a teacher. And she used to do that to my homework sometimes. Just take it, scribble all over my paper. That would piss me off then. So guess what? I had some PTSD. So you pissing me off even more. So I finally get to the office. I just Baby, I think I parked in the handicap spot. Be honest. I think I parked in the handicap spot because I just knew I was finna get in his behind. Because who are you talking to? You don't talk to me like that. First of all, you're not the boss. You're not my parent. Who are you? So, yeah, you're a colleague. Play with somebody else. So I pull in. I didn't finish the rest of my deliveries. I pull in. Security's looking at me like, what the? But they know who I am, so it wasn't a big deal. So I get to the office. I swing the door open. I swing the door open. And I go stomping in there. If y'all know me, if you see me in person, I'm 5'11". At that point, I was about 160, 70. I wasn't that big, but baby, I'm tall. I'm a tall lady. Okay. I went stomping in the office. Boom, boom, boom. You can hear me. Boom, 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 boom. And his desk and my desk were all the way in the back. Mind you, the office is cleared out because it's 5 o'clock at that point on a Friday. Everybody's gone. Like, people would be sitting at the door till 4:59 to leave. So I get to the door. I get to his office. I come stumbling back there. I don't even look at anybody else. I'm just, where he at? So I see him. I said, what's your problem? What is your problem? All the stuff that you need is right here. Are you dumb? Like, what is your problem? Why would you call my phone? Why would you call my phone screaming and yelling like you crazy? You don't pay this phone bill. I don't even have you saved in my phone because I don't want you calling me. I don't know why you got my phone number in the first place. Okay? Well, you shouldn't. I said, I don't want to hear it. Now, mind you, our boss had his name, the name of the company, his name and the name of the company. So it was the law firm of such and such and associates. So I flipped out. I was like, is your name on that wall? Is your name on that wall? Don't you ever talk to me like that again. I don't care I don't know who you think you are. Don't you talk to me like that. I'm not your child. Baby, I let him have it. He was trying to, but no, I don't care. I said, all your stuff is sitting right here on the desk. All you had to do was get it. Or if you could have just called me and asked me where your stuff was, I would have told you. It was already here. I told you that before I left. I flipped. Well, where are you going? Then he says, where are you going? I said, didn't I just tell you your stuff is already here? You could have left a long time ago. Well, I had somewhere to be. And now I had to wait. I had to miss my appointment because I had to wait for you. You didn't have to wait for me. I told you everything was laid out on the desk. That's how I always do it. I always lay everything out. Just in case something happens, I have to leave. You never know. It's all laid out. It's done. I would never wait until the end of the day. Like, those things would typically be done before noon because I knew there was a hearing the next day and we need to prepare for it. We need to call the other attorney's office, confirm that was done, print out the paperwork that he needed for court. Done, put in folders, ready to go. So he looks at it and he looks at me and I just walked the hell out. I was mad. I was furious. I said, don't talk to me. He's like, where are you going? You can't leave. I said, who are you to tell me I can't leave? Who are you to tell me I cannot leave? So I left. And I'll never forget. So I left and I went to, got to work. I called my dad, of course, because I call my dad by everything, especially these type of situations, because my daddy don't play by me. It's like I don't play by RJ. My daddy don't play by me at all. Even though I'm 34 now, he just still don't play by me. No. So I went over, called him, and he's mad. He's upset. He's about 40. He lived like 45 minutes away from me at that time, but he was ready to pull up about me. Mind you, I'm in the parking lot at the mall, getting ready to go into my second job, and then I get a call from one of the other attorneys that was working there. So remember, it was 3. It was the owner, Red, and this attorney that called me. We're still cool to this day. So he calls me, and now I don't. Him calling me was just like, I was like, what do you want? So I, answered the phone. He was like, I heard what went on. Are you okay? He was a young attorney. He was like 1 year out of law school. He was like, are you okay? I've never heard you raise your voice. I've never heard you get upset like that. Are you okay? And I told him everything. He's like, yeah, I understand, and that's not okay, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, yeah. I had to let him know. I had to let him know. He's like, I heard you throughout the whole office. I said, I know. Because I am not that girl. You will not disrespect me. So, yeah. So, we hung up the phone or whatever. And he was like, just try to calm down, blah, blah, blah. He's real cool. So I, went into work that night. I was trying, to keep it off my mind, but I couldn't. Now, mind you, the next day was the holiday dinner for the office because it was Christmas time. So I didn't go to that because I had to work, because I didn't have the money to be going to no dinner. Well, it was free, but I didn't want to miss out on my money. So I worked my holiday job when they were having a holiday party, and I knew it was gonna be talks of it. If they would, the fact that I wasn't there, they were gonna talk about it. They were like, oh, she ain't here, girl. Let's talk about it, baby. I'm gonna give you something to talk about. I gave y'all plenty to talk about. So Monday rolls around. Mind you, my dad's like, you want me to come in? You want me to come in with you? What's up? What we finna do? What we doing? Because he gonna see me. I was like, let me talk to the boss, see what's up with the boss. Let me tell him, because this is out of my character. And the people who really know me know when I get out of character like that, it takes a lot, number one. Number two, you have to ask what the other person did, because that's not me, especially at work. I take work very, very seriously. I've been working since I was 16 years old. I've been old enough to work. I've been working consistently, nonstop. I'm 34 now. I don't play about my job, but you're not going to disrespect me. So Monday comes in, and I go into the boss's office. That's first I just walk in there and just plop my stuff down. I need to have a talk with you. I'm sure He's like, okay, sure, come on in, close the door. He got this fake phony grin on his face, and I was just like, I already, in my mind, I'm like, he already know. I'm just gonna tell my side. So I close the door and I sit in his office and I tell him, I was like, I'm sure you know what already happened. Yeah, I already know what happened, blah, blah, blah. I tell him what happened, and I tell him, at this point, I'm just fed up with him. I don't want to be around him. I don't want to deal with him. Something has to give. You know what I'm saying? Something has to give, because I can't constantly be disrespected like this. Now, mind you, at this point, I think I have been working for the firm for like 3 or 4 years. It's been a couple of years. I want to say 3 or 4, at least 3 or 4 years. So, like I said, I did my job. I did over and beyond. I did stuff I didn't even get paid to do. I worked my behind off. So the boss sits there with his goofy grin. I think he had veneers. And he just looks at me and he says, well, my main focus is, after I told him what happened, my main focus is solely to generate income for the firm. And I just said, just how I just was quiet now, I just sat there and I just looked at him and I was like, you know what? That's all I needed. Mind you, I could have had another job elsewhere, making more money. But I said, no, I was going to be loyal to that firm and to that job. And that's what he told me. Nope. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just here to make money. Really? So you don't care that your attorney, your employee is disrespecting me to the fact that I'm in tears. He's ripping up stuff in my face. Okay, and this is not me saying this to him. This is me thinking like, and I just sat there and I was like, you know what? Poker face. I said, okay. All right, cool. We're done. We're done. Went to my desk. About a week later, this is the bonus of the story time. About a week later, Miss Girl, I used his computer. I started applying for as many job positions. I started applying for other law firms. I started applying for law firms within companies. I started applying for every job I could think of. I stopped doing my work one day and I just said, you know, I'm just gonna apply for as many jobs as possible. I did that. I even scanned, like some of the jobs would request like your diploma or, you know, other documentation for yourself. I scanned all that on his computers, on his printers. I used his computer to print out stuff. I even did an interview, phone interview, in my car in the parking garage on my lunch break. Because baby, at that point I knew it's time to go, because this is not going to get any better. He knows that this man doesn't care anything other than getting his money. So he's going to continue to disrespect me. You don't give a hoot. I'm spending my time and money making pennies, $300 a week. Yes. I had my own apartment. I had a car with a car note. I had insurance, cell phone, all that, food. $300 a week is what I was getting paid. I didn't even have money to get health insurance. Yeah. Yeah. So all this because I want to be loyal. And over the years, being loyal has taught me, worry about yourself, sis. So yeah, eventually, long story short, that job that I did the interview for and I sent my diploma to on his computer, yeah, I got it. Still working there to this day. Yeah, September 18, 2023. Been working there ever since. And it's been 8 years now. Great job. Yeah, I did all that. Because you're not going to play with me. Moral of the story is, y'all, yes, you need your job. Yes, you want to make money. But at the end of the day, if a job is making you feel anything less than happy, satisfied to go in every day, if you got to sit in your car and prep yourself to go into a job, baby, it's not for you. I'm not telling you to go in and quit. I'm not telling you to go flip the heck out like I did. I'm telling you to do what's best for you and your mental health, because at the end of the day, you can be making all the money in the world. Not saying now I don't want to make all the money in the world now, because I put us with some stuff on all the money in the world, but it was just a plethora of different things. Not making no money, being disrespected. I talked to the owner, he don't give a hoot. Okay, it's time to go. Strike three, you're out. So then, like I said, just the moral of the story is, do what's best for you, man. If a job is just not, it's not working, let it go. If a relationship just ain't working, let it go. Okay, you let it go, and as soon as you let that stuff go, it's up. Goes up from there. I know y'all see my vision board back here. It's funny that I decided to tell this story and my vision board is in the background here, but yeah, let it go. Do not let these people come and disrespect you and to no job, and you talk to the owners. Like, what company does that? You can't go to no other company, an actual company, not a private law firm, an actual company, tell them that somebody's been doing this to you, and they just say, we're just here to generate money. Excuse me? Do you want a lawsuit? Does that scream a lawsuit to me? I should have sued them, but I left, and I got blessed tenfold. Like I said, I've been at this job for about 8 years now. Awesome. Love it. I can afford health insurance. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. I hope it, nudged a few people, maybe going through something. Don't let nobody disrespect you. Yeah, you need your money. Yeah, you need your job. You need your whatever else you need to take care of, but don't let nobody disrespect you. Stand up for yourself. And if you got to leave, you got to leave. You're going to do it smart. Get somewhere else to get you another job beforehand. But do it smart. Don't let nobody disrespect you. Work, home, school, none of that. All right. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And stay tuned, because we do have some more story times coming up. I know y'all love my story times. And we're going to be finishing up the series that I did some time ago. We're going to get that finished up so we can get this content going consistently. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Make sure you click that subscribe button so y'all can be one of my hitters. Love you guys. Bye.